Hello, this is Kendall. I'm going to make a quick video of how to get your SFZ and WAV files into Unify. I'm going to try and keep it as simple as possible. Hopefully you'll be able to follow along what I'm doing here, and you'll be able to do what I've been able to do. It took me several weeks to get this into my head and figure out how to put the directories into the right order to where that they'll come up into Unify and the Guru sampler. And then I can create patches based on using the Guru sampler and the sounds that I've imported. So here we go. Okay, so here's Unify. What I did is I'll go in here, I'll go down to the little diagram here. I'm going to open my directory, and here we have libraries, presets, and VSTs. What I did is I went in here and I created a patch, which it doesn't matter which one it was. I just hit save, and then I named it init patch library, and then I created a new library named spoken, so that folder will show up in the libraries folder. So then once that was created, went up back over here, went into libraries, and there was my spoken. So then I had patches and samples. I created the samples folder because it wasn't there. I went into samples, and this is going to be my library spoken. When you go into, so you actually have to have two directory levels down for it to be able to see it. And here I had samples, and on my first SFZ file. And all this file does is it creates the global, which is the attack, decay, sustain, release, hold, and decay, delay. So you don't have to have that in there, but I wanted the release set for a 5. So when I hit the note, and will just die out immediately. Then I had the group, which is low key, high key 70, which is the velocity. Pitch center is in the 60, which is middle C. Region, I have the lower note of 36, which is the lower C, and 84, which is the high C on my 49 key keyboard. And then sample equals samples / spoken. You're right all the time. Is telling this file to look for that WAV file there. So I'll go up here and shut this. So when you create all your SFZ files, you'll put them in here, and all the WAV files you'll put in there. Right all the time. There's the WAV file. So now what I've been doing with I've got a bunch of samples folders that I've created and that I'd imported in Omnisphere. What I'm doing now is I'm going through and creating directories for my Unify. So the original sample, or the SFZ file, that's the most pain in the butt thing to say. So what I did, back over here, spoken, samples, spoken. I took this NFZ file, spoken, you're right all the time, and I copied and pasted it into this folder. And then I took the name of this file, copied and pasted it on this over the original SFZ file, which you're right all the time. So then I also went in here and spoken, you're right all the time. I pasted the name of this WAV file. So now it's going to be looking for that WAV file. And then I've gone down through and recreated the same SFZ file, and I rename it based on whatever WAV file that I'm wanting to set up next. I'm just going to go down through here and do it for each spoken file that I have. And then once I do that, of course, I go back into the original libraries folder, and I'll copy and paste all the NFC files here and all the WAV files right there. And then, of course, once you do that, you'll want to refresh the library, and then you can go over here again, of course, set up the Plugin Guru sampler. You'll go down to your spoken library, look for the bank if it doesn't come up, which mine does immediately, and then you select the whatever wave it is that you have in there.
You're right all the time.
And you know, that should be it. Of course, if you have any questions about if something doesn't work, or if you have a question, just send me a note and I'll try to answer it as best as I can. Thank you, and this is my first instructional video I've ever done, so thanks for watching. Okay, now what I've done is I went ahead and transferred a lot of the ones that I've just created and the SFC files, put them in the directory above the samples folder, and then I put all the WAV files in there. So now I'm going to go over here to Unify, go up there to browse. Of course, there's several ways you can do this, but I'm going to refresh my directory. Refreshed it. I'm going to create the Guru sampler. Go over here, go down to spoken, put that there, and now they're all listed right there.
You're right all the time.
Where am I at? Go hide this Mac up and set my PC.
All systems go.
There we go.
All systems go.
I may have to go back and fix that one, evidently.
All systems.
It's pointing to the wrong file, so you have to make sure you to go into the SFZ file
Anti-corruption campaign.
and rename the directs wherever it's directing the.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So make sure to do that. Go in there into the SFZ file. Make sure you selected or pasted in the right file name. Otherwise, you'll end up doing what I just did. So, thank you.